the Knicks may have just turned it around. The Knicks just snapped out of any early season inconsistency with a performance that was all efficiency, all balance, and all business in their 128-116 win over the Bulls. They're now sitting at 3-3 on the season, but more importantly, they've been perfect at home with a clean 3-0 record at the Garden. And this one was clean from top to bottom. No wasted possessions, no reckless turnovers, and a level of shot making that just flat out overwhelmed Chicago. They scored 128 points on 43 made field goals, hitting 45.3% from the field. But where the separation happened was from deep. The Knicks hit 20 of their 42 three-point attempts, which comes out to 47.6%. That's not just hot, that's off-the-chart shot making from distance, and it's a big part of why Chicago couldn't keep up. From the free throw line, not a single miss. 22 made free throws on 22 attempts. That's 100% accuracy, and in a game where every possession mattered, that kind of perfection at the line is a huge edge. The Bulls only took 11 free throws. That alone is a massive gap in points, and shows how much more assertive and aggressive the Knicks were at creating contact. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, the Knicks pulled down 47 rebounds, with 14 of those coming on the offensive glass. That's 2 more offensive rebounds than Chicago, and the Knicks made them count with second chance scoring. They added 33 defensive rebounds, controlling the glass and limiting extra looks for the Bulls. They moved the ball incredibly well, dishing out 31 assists on their 43 made buckets. That's a 72% assist rate, which shows how connected the offense was. It wasn't hero ball. It wasn't isolations and contested jumpers. It was movement, passing, and the extra pass leading to clean looks. Defensively, they were active and disruptive. 7 steals, 5 blocks, and 11 turnovers forced on the Bulls. They only turned it over 12 times themselves, which kept the flow going and limited any easy transition opportunities for Chicago. That control of pace and possession kept them in charge all night. 5 players hit double figures. 3 of them went over 20. That balance made it impossible for Chicago to key in on just one threat. Jaylen Brunson did what he's been doing all year. 31 points on 10 of 22 shooting with 4 threes and a perfect 7 of 7 from the line. He added 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and only turned it over twice. In 32 minutes, he finished with a +5 and completely dictated the game's tempo. OG delivered everywhere. 21 points on 8 of 17 shooting, 3 threes, and 2 assists. But the real story was on defense. He recorded 4 steals, 1 block, and only 1 turnover. He had the highest plus-minus on the team at +22. He was a complete tone setter, and he shot 2 of 2 from the line. Every possession he was involved in made something happen. Karl Anthony Towns had himself a night too. 20 points and 15 rebounds, along with 5 assists. He shot 5 of 11 from the field, hit both his threes, and was a perfect 8 of 8 from the line. He led the interior presence, anchored second chance scoring, and was a steady +12 in 36 minutes. Bridges added 10 points, 5 assists, and a steal in a quietly steady outing. He shot 3 of 7, hit 2 threes, and was 2 of 2 at the line. He did turn it over 4 times, but still ended up a +6, showing his value through spacing and off-ball movement. Mitchell Robinson only logged 13 minutes, but he still grabbed 5 rebounds, blocked 2 shots, and added a steal. He didn't score, missing all 3 of his attempts, and committed 2 turnovers, but his interior defense was felt in key stretches. His rim protection was exactly what they needed to keep Chicago hesitant around the basket. Jordan Clarkson came off the bench and provided the punch he's supposed to. 15 points in 18 minutes on 6 of 11 shooting, including 3 of 6 from deep. He added 2 assists and gave them some badly needed scoring off the bench, even though he finished at -5. His first half stretch was especially important for maintaining momentum when the starters sat. Josh Hart continued doing a little bit of everything. 14 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. He was all over the place, adding a steal and a block, and hit 5 of 10 shots while going 3 for 3 from the line. His energy never drops, and he was steady again with a +1 in 26 minutes. Landry Shamet quietly hit 3 big threes in his 18 minutes, scoring 9 points on 3 of 6 shooting. All 3 makes were from deep. He also dished out an assist and posted a massive +17. That shooting gravity gave the Knicks bench spacing and gave Brunson more room when he returned. Miles McBride had 8 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds in 23 minutes. He also had a steal and hit 2 of 4 from deep. He finished with a +10 and brought a nice mix of defense and decision-making with the second unit. His presence let the Knicks stay aggressive defensively, even when Brunson sat. Guerschon Yabusele played only 2 minutes, but still managed to record an assist and a +2. The rest of the bench got in during garbage time. Pacome Daddier, Mohamed Diawara, and Tyler Kolek all checked in briefly, and Ariel Hukporti was inactive. The Knicks' field goal percentage was 45.3 overall, which is solid, but it was the shooting profile that made the difference. They took a balanced shot diet with a heavy emphasis on three-point efficiency. 20 made threes on 40. 2 attempts speaks to the way the offense was humming. They weren't just chucking shots, they were getting clean, rhythm looks, and knocking them down. They posted an effective field goal percentage of 51.7, helped by the high volume and accuracy from deep. Their true shooting percentage came in at 60.5, and that was largely driven by their perfect free throw shooting and strong three-point output. No missed free throws, not one. That's a rare night, and it completely erased any chance for Chicago to claw back with free throw differential. They out-rebounded Chicago 47-42, showing they controlled the glass on both ends, and the turnover rate was just 10.3%. That low number showed how well they valued the ball. They didn't beat themselves. They made Chicago defend every single trip. The bench put up 46 points, which was 36% of the team's total offense. That's huge. It's the kind of support that changes outcomes when the starters need rest. The starting 5 combined for a +44 in plus-minus, showing they dominated their shifts and kept the game stable. Guards like Brunson, Clarkson, and McBride combined for 54 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds. They hit 5 threes between them and handled their matchups efficiently. On the wing, Bridges, OG, Hart, and Shamet added 54 points, 20 assists, 13 rebounds, and 9 steals. That kind of wing production just overwhelms defenses. The bigs, Towns and Robinson, combined for 20 points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks. That's a strong rim presence with elite rebounding totals. Plus-minus leaders were OG at +22, Landry Shamet at +17, Towns at +12, McBride at +10, and Josh Hart at +1. These numbers tell the story. Whenever those guys were on the court, things were working. They rolled out a 10-man rotation before the game was out of reach. Every starter except Robinson played over 30 minutes. The bench didn't let up. Clarkson and Shamet combined for 24 points, while Hart and McBride locked down on defense and added ball movement. The lineups with Brunson, Towns, and OG were dominant, spacing the floor and creating high-efficiency look. The free throw shooting was a stat all its own. 22 out of 22. Towns grabbed 15 rebounds, leading all players. OG had 4 steals to lead both teams. Josh Hart had 9 assists to lead the Knicks, and their 31 total assists tied a season high. They nearly matched their season best on rebounds with 47, and their 20 made threes tied another season high. Brunson's 19 first-quarter points set the tone and gave the Knicks an early 10-point lead. After 12 minutes, he ended with 31 on 10 of 22. He's been the Knicks' top scorer in 5 straight games since OG led the opener. Towns posted his 5th double-double in 6 games, and OG stayed efficient and disruptive. Clarkson and Hart responded to a rough outing last game with a combined 29 points, 8 assists, and 9 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson, still working his way back from injury, played 13 minutes, grabbed 5 boards, and blocked 2 shots. He had a brief injury scare but returned and helped on the defensive end. With a heavy schedule coming up, keeping him healthy and ramping up will be key. The Bulls came in 5-0 but got hit with everything. The Knicks outscored them in threes, free throws, rebounds, and assists. The Bulls tried to keep up, even got a triple-double from Josh Giddey, but New York had too much firepower, too much balance, and too much precision. They scored 34 in the first, 34 in the second, 37 in the third, and coasted with 23 in the fourth. The starters poured in 82 points. The bench chipped in 46. They scored 42 points in the paint and 20 from 3. They did it all. This wasn't a fluke. It wasn't just hot shooting. It was a full team execution. And if this is the version that shows up consistently, the Knicks are going to be a nightmare for a lot of teams. But when we talk about the Knicks, we got to talk about how good Brunson has been this season. Jaylen Brunson's averaging 31.2 points per game, and that's already higher than more than 98% of players in the league. That alone is wild. But when you start breaking down how he's doing it, it gets even more impressive. His effective field goal percentage is sitting at 54%, which is above 52% of players. That number factors in the value of 3-pointers, so it tells you he's not just scoring a lot, he's doing it without wasting possessions. Per field goal attempt, he's putting up 1.1 points. That might not sound flashy, but when you take over 22 shots per game like he is, that kind of efficiency adds up fast. Out of those attempts, he's knocking down 8.4 2-pointers and 2.6 3-pointers per game. That's a serious mix of mid-range, paint, and deep shooting volume, and none of it's dragging down his percentage. His true shooting percentage is sitting at 59.5%, and that measures how efficient he is across all shooting types, including free throws. That puts him above 60% of players in that category. Per scoring attempt, he's at 1.2 points, which means every time he finishes a play, it's ending in something valuable for the Knicks. He's also getting to the line 8 times per game, and he's making those count, which pushes his efficiency even higher. Add that to his field goal, attempts, and he's finishing a ton of plays, 22.8 shots and 8 free throw attempts every night. And here's something that jumps out. Even with that high usage, Brunson still ranks above 74% of the league in scoring efficiency. That combo is rare. Usually when a player's usage is high, their efficiency drops off. Not here. His usage rate is 33.1%. That means he's involved in 1 out of every 3 offensive plays when he's on the floor, and he's still producing at a super efficient clip. Offensively, his rating is at 116.2. That's his personal offensive efficiency, and it means when he's out there, the team's getting value. Even though the Knicks' defensive rating with him is 117.3, he's still holding his own. His net rating comes out to negative 1.0, which sounds underwhelming until you realize the team actually performs better when he's on the floor. The Knicks have had positive plus-minus games in 60% of the games he's played. That means the scoreboard is in their favor while he's out there the majority of the time. The on-off number confirms it. The team is 2.8 points better per 100 possessions when he's playing versus when he's not. That ranks better than 93% of players. Ball handling wise, the guy's in the top tier. His ball handling metric ranks at 93%. That's not surprising when you look at how much he's creating while barely turning it over. He's averaging 5.4 assists per game with only 2 turnovers. That's clean. His assist percentage is sitting at 29.35%, which is huge. That means nearly 30% of his teammates made buckets while he's on the floor are coming from his passes. And even with all that distribution, his turnover percentage is only 7.09%. He's only turning the ball over 7 times per every 100 plays that end with either a shot or turnover. That's lower than more than 90% of the league. And considering the volume he's handling, that's just ridiculous. Brunson's assisting on about 14.4 points per game from his passing alone. So if you add that to his 31.2 scored, he's directly responsible for almost 46 points every single game. That's without even getting into hockey assists or screen assists or any of the other little things that don't show up in the box score. Now the defense numbers aren't glowing, but there's still context here. He's averaging 1 steal per game and grabbing 3 defensive rebounds. The team's defensive efficiency with him is 117.3, which isn't pretty, but when you compare him to other players, his defensive contribution ranks better than 97%. That's because this deal isn't just about individual plays. It's about how the team defends with him out there versus when he's off the floor. Even though he's not racking up blocks, he's clearly not a liability on that end. And considering how much of the offensive load he's carrying, the fact that the defense isn't crumbling when he's out there is a big deal. All of that offensive creation is backed up by the raw numbers. He's taking 22.8 shots, getting to the line 8 times, dishing out over 5 assists, and only turning it over twice per game. That totals out to 74 possessions played per game that run directly through him. Think about that. 74 possessions a night. That's a workload only a handful of players in the entire league can handle efficiently. And yet, Brunson is doing it while putting up elite scoring numbers, strong passing totals, and elite level ball control. His offensive presence is the engine right now. He's scoring, he's assisting, and he's not giving the ball away. His ball handling metric, again at 93%, shows how rare it is to see that kind of command with that kind of volume. And even though his assist numbers aren't at the very top of the league, the assist percentage shows how important his playmaking is to the team's offense. Nearly 1 out of every 3 baskets made while he's on the court is coming from his passes. That's not small. That's shaping how the entire offense runs. You can also see it in the overall possessions. Between his field goal attempts, free throws, passes, and turnovers, he's directly involved in 38.2 plays per game. That's basically half the offensive output of an entire team each night. Every single category is showing just how critical he's been so far. The shooting's efficient, the passing's clean, the ball handling is elite, and even the defense, while not flashy, is holding up well enough to keep his overall value high. He's logging huge usage, maintaining strong efficiency, and making sure the Knicks are consistently better when he's out there. The on-off split and the net rating might not look glamorous on the surface, but when you're looking at how the team performs overall, those numbers matter. No wasted possessions, no empty volume, just high-level production across the board, and the metrics back all of it up. Brunson's not just scoring a lot, he's doing it with control, precision, and consistency. That's the difference between just putting up numbers and being the real engine of a team. But then we can do the same thing for Bridges. Bridges is putting up 19 points per game right now, and that already places him above 87% of the league in scoring. That's without jacking up crazy volume. He's only taking 12.4 shots per game, which makes the rest of his numbers way more impressive. He's not hunting shots, he's just making the ones he takes. His effective field goal percentage is 66.9%, which is above 83% of players. That's basically an efficiency cheat code. And remember, effective field goal percentage weighs 3-pointers heavier, so the fact that he's hitting 2.6 of them per game just pushes that number even higher. Along with that, he's knocking down 4.4 2-pointers every night. So out of those 12 shots, more than half are turning into points. And not just any points, efficient ones. He's putting up 1.3 points per field goal attempt, and that alone is better than 84% of players. His true shooting percentage is sitting at 70.9%. That is a monster number. That metric includes field goals, 3-pointers, and free throws. And Bridges is destroying the curve. He's taking 2.8 free throws per game, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you look at how many field goals he's attempting, he's getting a scoring opportunity nearly every time down the floor. Per scoring attempt, he's averaging 1.4 points. That means every time he decides to shoot or draw contact, it's turning into efficient offense. And even though his usage rate is only 16%, meaning he's not dominating the ball, he's still putting up top-tier efficiency numbers. He's taking fewer shots than most high-scoring players, but making every possession count. Out of the 76.8 possessions he plays each game, he's only directly involved in about 20 of them through field goal attempts, free throws, assists, or turnovers, and he's making every one of those touches matter. His offensive rating is 116.7, which measures how many points the team scores per 100 possessions while he's on the floor. And defensively, the team gives up 116 points per 100 possessions with him out there. That gives him a net rating of plus 0.7. It doesn't sound flashy, but it's positive, and that's what matters. He's on the right side of the scoreboard. What really stands out is the on-off number. When Bridges is on the court, his team is 1.2 points better per 100 possessions than when he's off. That puts him in the 92nd percentile league-wide. And even though only 40% of the games he's played in have ended with a positive plus-minus for him, the net impact when he's playing is still stronger than most of the league. Now the passing has taken a big jump too. He's averaging 4.8 assists per game with an assist percentage of 20.87. That means more than 1 out of every 5 field goals made by his teammates while he's on the court is coming from his passes. That kind of playmaking, especially from someone not playing point guard, is serious value. He's assisting on 12.6 points per game while only turning the ball over 0.8 times. You don't even have to be a stats geek to know that's ridiculously efficient. His turnover percentage is 5.63, which means out of 100 plays that end in either a shot or turnover, he's only coughing it up about 5 times. That puts him above 78% of the league in terms of ball security. Combine that with a ball handling metric that ranks him above 92% of players, and you've got someone who can initiate offense, move without the ball, and keep things flowing without mistakes. And what makes this even better is how rare that combination is. He's got efficient scoring, high assist numbers, and elite level ball security, all while staying involved in the offense without dominating the ball. That's the kind of profile that helps glue everything together without needing the spotlight. And the defense? Yeah, that's locked in too. His mixed team defense rating is above 78% of the league. The team allows 116 points per 100 possessions with him on the floor, which is right around average, but when you look at individual numbers, it gets more interesting. He's averaging 1.2 steals and 0.8 blocks per game, which is rare for someone playing on the wing. He's also grabbing 4.8 defensive rebounds per night. That means he's not just guarding guys, he's finishing possessions too. He's active, he's aware, and he's helping the team close out plays. His defensive rebounding percentage is 13.26, and while that only ranks above 44% of the league, it's still solid when you consider his role. He's not down there banging in the paint like a center, but he's contributing on the glass consistently. Offensively, he's grabbing 1.4 offensive rebounds per game, which pushes his total rebounding average to 6.2 per game. That ranks better than 52% of all players, and his offensive rebound percentage is 3.52. That puts him above 61% of players in grabbing available misses on the offensive end. That kind of hustle isn't always flashy, but it adds up. 1 or 2 extra possessions per game from offensive boards means more opportunities for efficient scoring, and Bridges has proven he knows what to do with those opportunities. You've got to look at the full picture to appreciate what he's doing this season. His usage is only 16%, which means he's not the guy running isolation every possession or getting the ball every time down the floor. But within that smaller role, he's maximizing every stat category. He's scoring 19 points on only 12 shots. He's assisting on nearly 13 points while barely turning the ball over. His shooting percentages are elite, and his defense is rock solid. That kind of production from low usage player is the dream for any roster trying to stay balanced. So let's do some math. He's scoring 19, assisting on 12.6, so he's directly responsible for around 31.6 points per game. That's coming from someone who's only touching the ball enough to have around 20 possessions per game, and through his actions, that's one of the highest points per possession ratios out there. And none of it looks forced. There's no stat padding, no inefficient chucking. He's just stepping in and doing his job at a high level. Every part of his game is clean, and when you're ranking him against other players across the league, almost every metric puts him in the top 20% or higher. You've got the offensive rating at 116.7, the defensive presence backed by steals, blocks, and solid rebound, plus a net rating in the positive. And on top of that, he's not hurting the team with turnover, less than 1 per game, while making nearly 5 assists. That's rare, especially when you combine it with top-tier shooting percentage. His effective field goal percentage at 66.9 and his true shooting at 70.9. Those are video game numbers. Not just good, but elite, and better than more than 80% of the league. And remember, all of this is happening without him needing 30 minutes of the ball in his hand. He's not the guy constantly dribbling or launching deep shots off the bounce. He's just playing within the system and maximizing every second he's on the floor. With 76.8 possessions per game and only about 20 of those ending in his direct actions, he's keeping the offense fluid while staying aggressive and efficient. And with a ball handling ranking above 92% of players, he's showing he's more than capable of controlling the game when needed. So far this season, he's been the perfect example of a player who doesn't need volume to dominate the number. His game is clean, his impact is high, and the stats are backing every bit of it up. Whether it's scoring, assisting, defending, or rebounding, Bridges is giving them consistent value in every single area. But then I want to talk about Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson played 18 minutes tonight and dropped 15 points. If the Knicks are going to get anything consistent out of their bench this season, it's going to have to look more like that every night. Because right now, through 6 games, the season stats aren't exactly flattering. He's averaging 6.8 points per game, which puts him above only 46% of players. That's just not going to cut it if the bench is going to make a difference over the long haul. Clarkson's effective field goal percentage is sitting at 39.7. That's lower than 75% of the league, and it tells the story of what's been happening when he's shooting. Out of his 6.8 field goal attempts per game, he's only making 1.22 pointers and 1 3-pointer. That's not just low volume, that's low conversion. He's getting 1.6 free throw attempts per game, and even with that, his true shooting percentage is just 46. Right now, his offensive rating is 112.3, which isn't terrible, but with a defensive rating of 116, it drops his net rating to negative 3.6. That's where things get murky. He's got a positive on-off number, with the team being 0.8 points better when he's on the court versus when he's off. But only 40% of his games so far have ended it with a positive plus-minus. That means more often than not, his minutes aren't helping put the team ahead on the scoreboard. And it's not like he's doing heavy lifting with the ball either. His ball handling rating is sitting at 36%, so he's not exactly running the offense. But the wild thing is, he's still using 23.8% of the possessions when he's on the court. That's a lot. That usage rate means nearly 1 out of every 4 plays ends with him doing something. Whether it's a shot, a turnover, a pass, leading to a bucket, or drawing a foul. In that time, he's averaging 1.2 assists and 1.2 turnovers per game. So every time he helps, he's hurting just as much. The assist percentage is 13.95, which means out of all the made baskets from his teammates while he's on the floor, only about 14% came from his passes. That's not great distribution. He's assisting on 3.4 points per game, which just barely moves the needle. For a guy taking up that much usage, you'd want more playmaking or more scoring. But the turnovers are holding him back. His turnover percentage is also 13.95, which means that for every 100 plays that end with him doing something, about 14 of them are giveaways. That's a huge problem when your scoring efficiency isn't enough to make up for it. Tonight was the version of Clarkson that completely changes that dynamic. No sloppy decisions, no empty possessions, just instant offense in limited minutes. His scoring attempts average 7.4 per game, and when he's converting, it all starts to make sense. But if he's going to take that many shots and not reach even 10 points regularly, the efficiency becomes a liability. His current scoring pace is just not matching his touches. Then there's the defense. It's not been great. His defensive impact is ranked higher than only about 22% of players. His individual numbers show 0 steals per game, 0.4 blocks, and 1 defensive rebound per game. That's not helping get stops or finishing possessions. The team gives up 116 points per 100 possessions with him on the floor, and the eye test matches the numbers. He's not locking up, and he's not protecting the rim. On that end, he's just another warm body. The rebounding is one of the few categories where things are holding up better than expected. He's grabbing 1.8 boards per game. Out of that, 1 is coming on the defensive end and 0.8 on the offensive glass. That gives him an offensive rebound percentage of 4.49, which is actually better than 62% of players. So when shots go up, he's at least putting in effort to chase second chance opportunities. That's one of the things that can help him stay valuable even when the jumper's not falling. His defensive rebound percentage is 7.46, which puts him above only 28% of players. So he's not really clearing the glass. But again, it's not what he's out there to do. He's got to be the energy guy, the scoring spark, the guy who can flip momentum in a 5-minute stretch. That only works if the efficiency stays closer to what we saw tonight, not what we've seen through the first 6 games. If he's going to keep getting around 30 possessions per game played, and 20% of those end with him doing something, he needs to turn that into value. Whether that's 10 to 15 points in under 20 minutes, or a few assists without turnovers, the bench is relying on that swing production. There's just too much riding on bench contributions this season for those Clarkson minutes to stay empty. Right now, the team isn't getting enough from those minutes on most nights. That's not all on him, but he's one of the highest usage guys in that second unit. And if he's going to keep using nearly 24% of possessions while only scoring 6 or 7 points per game, that becomes a drag on the offense. There's got to be more nights like this one. Not every night will be 15 points, but they can't afford long stretches of 3 points on 8 shots either. With his current usage and his volume of touches, even just bumping his shooting percentage up slightly changes the entire makeup of that bench. If he can get the effective field goal percentage out of the 30s and into the mid-40s, the scoring lift from the bench starts looking real. The Knicks bench doesn't need him to be a star. They just need him to be a threat, someone the defense has to respect, someone who can come in and put pressure on opposing second unit. If he's able to do that consistently, it forces rotations to change. It opens up space for other guys. It helps bridge those non-starter minutes without drop-off. But right now, the numbers say he's not doing that consistently. The shooting efficiency is too low. The turnovers are too high for the number of assists. And the defensive contributions are minimal. The rebounding and hustle are there, but without shot making, it doesn't hold enough weight. Tonight was a glimpse of what that version looks like when it's working. He scored 15 in 18 minutes. He didn't need a lot of plays. He didn't need a ton of touches. Just got to his spots, hit his shots, and gave the bench some scoring punch. That's what changes games. That's what gives the Knicks flexibility with their rotation. If he brings that version of himself more often, the entire second unit gets better. It's not about volume. It's about efficiency, decision-making, and just doing enough to tilt the floor in those short stretches. Right now, with how the numbers are trending, this version of Clarkson needs to show up more. Because if the bench is going to do anything this season, it starts with him turning those 15 minutes into something that counts. And tonight, it finally did. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.